Hi, gamers. We're going to do our next episode in the Friday's game group for Days Long Gone, my Mutants and Minds subscriber campaign. Hi, gamers. Welcome back to Game Master's Dungeon. I'm Brian, your Game Master. And today we're going to be jumping back into Friday's group for my Mutants and Masterminds subscriber campaign for Days Long Gone. We're winding down, getting down to the end here. Just a little bit left. I know that this has been a bit of a hiatus on getting this out. Some stuff going on, life, new job, that kind of thing. So thanks for bearing with it. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the rest of this. I'm going to try to get the rest of it out as soon as I can. And then once everything kind of settles down at the new job, schedule kind of evens out, then I'll get back into regular content. So let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, so what happened last time? Who remembers?
I think the most important thing of note was that Frostfang met up with Stardust.
Yes, he did. And he had the little gif or whatever. Lots of information was thrown around last time we played.
Yeah, it's definitely a lore dump session.
The plot thickened.
I hacked the thing. That was last session, right? Where I hacked the SPD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you altered the files on Frostfang and then vanished.
Yeah, and then I found out that the fireman and the ghost girl that attacked them all, yeah, they don't remember anything from doing that. That kind of suggests they were mind controlled, or they just got hit pretty hard in the head afterwards.
Oh yeah, I mean they did take a beating, but the mind control thing could be an option as well.
Probably isn't.
Never, no GM would ever do something like that. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hacked the thing, you got some information.
It was coffee and donuts.
Yeah, the coffee and donuts. We also talked about the cronut.
Right.
Yes, I was introduced to that concept.
Yeah, it was. I think that was like one of the most important parts of that session was the cronut.
And Sun Loki told us about his Brazilian pastry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the magic ball gave us a phone number. We saw the other group write down a phone number.
Mm-hmm. You don't know whose phone number it was, but you just saw it was like a napkin or something. I think it was that had a phone number written on it.
That probably like a rejection hotline,
Probably. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, call this. This will make you feel better.
Yeah, like the rejection hotline. It's like someone asks you a number, you give them the number to the rejection hotline, and then it's just a recording that says you got rejected.
Okay, yeah. That's mean, bro. That's mean.
It is mean.
Why would you do that, man?
It's underhanded too,
I know. It's like they think it's funny, but the person that got rejected, just be like, say no. Just be like, nah, I'm fine. Hey, you want to go out? No, I'm good.
If only it was that simple.
Hey, you want to go out? No! Yell it.
I mean, you don't have to yell it. Just be like, nah.
Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
Just say no, but do it easy. And they would go on about their life instead of be like, yeah. Because he goes and talks to his bros. Hey man, I got the girl's number. Yeah, I'm gonna call. Oh, yeah, I'm call tomorrow. Yeah. He calls it. Oh. And then it's on Facebook or the good book, as you could call it.
Oh yeah, never heard anyone call it that. I mean, I've heard I heard the Bible referred to the good book. If that's what you were referring to.
No,
Cancel.
I'm not referring. I'm not referring to the Bible. Because the people take stuff that's on there as like gospel, so I don't know.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, people that go through Facebook, the people that put stuff on there, people that read it, they, because people put drama and lies and all that kind of stuff on there. People just take that stuff as gospel. Like, oh my God, things are so bad for this person. Anyway, totally off topic. Where were we? We have to backtrack. So the hotline, the phone number on the napkin. Yes. So the crystal ball showed you a number that looks like one of the members of the other group was giving to the other members of his group. And then, yeah, so we had the deal with Stardust, the hacking thing, and then Mordecai, you did find the proper spell.
Ah, yes, the spell.
Yeah, to unlock the sanctum. So lots of stuff happened last game. So, when did we leave off? Did we leave off? It was like probably afternoon because we went out for coffee and donuts.
Wasn't it like nighttime?
It was nighttime. Yeah, because it was like that all day pastry shop.
Yeah, it was the dusk. It was like the sun was just starting to set when he was able to see the outline of Stardust on the building.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I pictured it. A clandestine meeting at dusk. So
Yeah, I remember like picturing everything at night. So
okay, yeah. So it's still we'll pick up. It's still nighttime. So Frostfang gets back with the cronuts and the cold coffee now. Mordecai, Loki are sitting at the table, poring over tomes of mystic knowledge. So I think Punch Drunk, you were still working on computer stuff, right? Wasn't there something else you were doing, or?
No, because I tracked down like an area where the other group could possibly be, like a certain like block radius. So I just finished that, and I was like coming out. I think like right as Frostfang was coming back, and who we now know is named Vincent, right? Vincent.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just coming out. He was just coming in, and then we got the phone number.
Yeah, the crystal ball just kind of like swirled around for a moment, showed a brief glimpse of that.
I think we were standing. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was. I thought we were all standing in my inner sanctum or something like that. I don't remember.
No, I think it was like the crystal ball showed their group as one of the guys was given the phone number to the other guys, because you were all like in the garage there, kind of talking about stuff, and then you all happened to notice what was going on.
I remember something about another vision of seeing us in his sanctum.
Yes, yeah, you're right. There was. So it shows you that you do get back in there.
Yeah, because that's what prompted me to dig back into the books to look for the spell.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So we'll pick up. It's nighttime now. You guys are all sitting around the table. You have finished your lukewarm coffee and cronuts. So I will hand it over to you guys. What are you guys talking about?
Well, so we got their phone number. We got a way back into the Mordecai's sanctum. What do you think we should do first, guys?
Well, I can access the sanctum at any time now. I suppose it might behoove us to have some backup, if in case they see that my sanctum's open again.
Yeah, right. Probably wouldn't want to leave it unlocked.
Right. Also, giving the give the other guys knowledge of my sanctum would maybe show them that we don't mean them any harm and that we want to keep them safe.
Yeah, good point. So, who wants to call him? I guess we just do like a conference call.
Just FaceTime with speakerphone on.
Or we can use computers because they have the communications, so we can see them on like a big screen. They can see us all at once.
That seems like a good idea.
It feels a lot more official too.
Okay. So you guys gonna go to the computer and fire it up and call them from there with whatever program you would use.
Using Skype.
Skype? Okay.
Skype 2 at this point.
Yeah. God, Skype probably won't even be around this year.
Is it like phasing out?
Yeah, like I don't know anyone who uses Skype anymore. It's all about that Discord.
Yeah, I know. I see everybody's talking about using that. Like, yeah, we used to use Skype, but now we use this. Now we use Discord. Now we know. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. All right, so but you guys do look at the time and you realize it's late-ish. You guys decide to call them tonight, or do you want to call them in the morning?
Yeah, I feel like we should call them right away, and if they're up, they're up. If they're asleep, can leave a message.
Okay. See, I'm just trying to think. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. So you guys all go into the back office. You fire up the computer. You fire up the Skype. I guess.
Skype 2.
Skype 2. And you recall the number. You type it in. You press send. Or call or whatever it is.
We wouldn't recall the number because this is the first time we're calling it.
I think you meant recall as in thinking about the number.
It was a joke.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well played. Well played, I guess. Anyway, so it exclamation mark, or it's not exclamation mark, quotation marks. All right, so it rings several times, and you hear a woman's voice answer. She's like, "Hello."
Hey.
She's like, who's this?
Let's just say an interested party.
She's like, okay. What do you want? I don't know you.
Not yet. How can I say this in a way that it doesn't sound crazy? You will know us. I mean to say, we're introducing ourselves now.
She's like, are you sure you have the right number?
Brian, what did like the room they were in look like when we saw them write the phone number?
Oh God. I think it was a restaurant. It was a Japanese restaurant.
Is this a Japanese restaurant?
She's like, yeah, I'm in a restaurant. Yeah, Japanese restaurant right now.
Oh, okay. And like, what did everyone look like when we saw the vision?
Let's see. Let me get their sheets up here. All right. Does he have his regular? He does not have his. He doesn't have his picture on his bio.
Actually, let's like, if any of them were Japanese, what did they look like?
No, none of them look Japanese. Let's see. He's not. He's not. He's not. Yeah, I don't think. No. It's like you have a mixed bag, but you don't have any. None of their characters are Japanese.
And like what time is it exactly right now?
Shit. Because I'm trying to. Because I role played through this part with them last night. That's how I ended their session last night. Was with this phone call.
Well, I just want to know if they would still be open or not right now. Yeah, it does matter. I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah, I mean it's not late enough. I don't know, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I'd like to make a order for pickup.
She's like, she hangs up.
I was trying to get the address. Oh, guess they're not open. We could call them tomorrow again. Or I could just Google search the phone number. Get the address that way. It should pop up, you know, if it's a business.
Sure. You can Google search it. Let's see. You'll make technology roll. All right.
I did it.
All right. All right. So yeah. So you end up tracking the phone. It's not registered to a business. It's registered to a woman. Her name is Natalie.
No, just Natalie.
Yeah. There's not a last name to it. Natalie something. The last name isn't important.
Anything else about her?
I mean, it's got like if you're looking for addresses, it's got like her address. Looks like it's an apartment downtown.
Well, guys, I think they either are trying to prank us or there's something important about this woman.
Yeah, that seems to be a reasonable assessment, but I don't think our first meeting went so well. I don't necessarily think we should just show up at her apartment.
Yeah. We could just, you know, spy on her.
Let
That
me
ain't
try
weird.
something. Oh, did you happen to see what? Can you track her current location given the cell phone number with GPS?
Yeah, probably. Ryan, can I?
You have to roll again. This is different kinds of information you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So actually, okay. So she's down at a restaurant. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the continuity between two games. This is one of the things I want to talk about in my recap video.
Yeah.
Continuity between two games. It looks like she's at the address.
All right. Well, she's home now.
Okay. Is it? How far away is it?
It's downtown. So where's your garage located?
I don't think we really established.
What's your
Do you have,
range
like,
or what?
I don't know. We were like, I feel like we did say that, like not in like a really bad part, but like not the most like futuristic part, like.
It's not the ghetto, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not the
we're in the part of the
high-rises.
town that's not like fully upgraded.
Okay, and then I'm assuming
Uh,
you're gonna try to scry Mordecai.
Yeah, I can scry for 16 miles.
Yeah, you're within range.
Okay. So Mordecai, he etches a symbol into the air and then puts his hand to his head and starts looking. What do I see?
All right, so your vision kind of goes up and through the ether, and you come down and you zoom in, like you're inside her room, like her apartment. She's like sitting at
Okay.
the table. She's like looking at her phone, like all weirded out, like she sits down, like kind of like a weird, you know. Oh yeah, you can hear, can't you? Or can you
No,
just
I
see?
only have visual.
I only have visual. All right. So she mouths something. You can't really quite see what it is, but she puts the phone down. She's sitting at a table, and she doesn't look very happy. She looks upset. Not sad, but angry.
Okay. I'm going to. So I have communication 3, which means I can communicate across a small country or state.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put into her mind, hey, sorry that the call went so weird, but as you can probably guess by now, there's more to us than meets the eye.
She immediately bolts out of the chair, knocking it over. She's got like a very defensive kind of looking around, and then she starts speaking out loud.
Hey, can't actually hear you. Sorry, limited powers. I can see you though. If you could either call us back or write out some questions for me.
She's like she looks scared to death. She doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, sorry. Perhaps I should have started with this. My name's Mordecai.
So she mouths the words "okay," and she's still kind of like looking around. She's like wandering around the apartment now.
Oh, are you not a super?
She just shakes her head.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
She kind of puts a hand on the hip, like what the hell do you mean? Kind of attitude. And she's like shaking a finger in the air.
Well, I got your phone number through Mystic Means, so I assumed that I was being pointed in the direction of a super. Uh, well,
Now, can you like if she thinks, can you understand her?
only if she's able to send it back. Because communication says, well, let me see. Because it says that you can communicate over a distance using any medium other than your normal voice. You may also use a special sense type, noticeable, blah, blah, blah. So I think it says that I have to. Well, it says like make a psychic link, so I guess that would make sense. I guess it's at your discretion.
Uh, sure. Role playing purposes will allow it to go both ways.
Mordecai. Ask her what kind of car she drives.
Okay. Sorry, someone I'm with wants to know what type of car you drive.
So she's like looking around. She's all like, she's thinking. So she doesn't really understand how this works, right? So she's thinking like, what the hell does it matter what kind of car I drive? Who are these creepers?
I promise you, we're not creeping on you. We're doing this because we're afraid for you. There's some evil afoot in this here city of ours, and your neighbor came up. I don't mean to frighten you.
She just kind of stands there with her hands on her hips. She's thinking like evil afoot. What is this? Some kind of bad movie?
You could call it that.
She goes to the window. She's like looking outside, thinking to herself, "Where the hell is this stuff coming from?"
Oh, sorry. I'm directly communicating with your mind. I'm miles away.
She thinks like psychically.
In a manner of speaking, yes. I'm able to tap into your mind, yes.
She's
I promise you, I will not pry into anything that you don't want me to.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's thinking, like about how evasive you're being right now. It doesn't put her at ease.
Sorry, I normally don't do this. It was imperative that I speak with you.
She's like, "Okay, me? What do you want with me?"
That's the thing. I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me.
She's like, "Wait, so you got my number through mystic means? You prying into my head from miles away, and I'm supposed to know what you want?"
Yes?
She's very sassy. She's very sassy right now. She's like, "I don't have time for this. My boyfriend's going to be home soon, and I got a bone to pick with him."
Oh. Like I said, I wasn't prying into anything personal. But, ooh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, you, on that note, I guess give us a call when it's convenient. Sorry.
Then do you break the communication?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Do you maintain the scrying?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on her just to make sure she's okay.
So you see her. She's like talking to herself out loud, looking around. She shakes her head. She goes and pours some alcohol in a cup, and she goes back to sitting at the table, crossing the legs. You know, like when your wife or your girlfriend is mad at you, that look they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's got one of those. She's just like sitting at the table.
Did you
Really?
get what kind
Hey,
of car
guys.
she drives, Mordecai?
Just fleeting glimpses. I wasn't able to make anything out. She didn't tell me.
I want to see if it matches the type of car Rash was the one Rash carries around.
I see. Well, anyways, she's very upset about something. I'm seeing her. She's obsessed with her boyfriend, is what she said. She's very distraught.
So at that moment, as you're maintaining the scrying, you see like their apartment door open, and in walks the guy that you saw from the vision in the crystal ball. The guy that wrote the number.
Wait, guys. I'm seeing something. The man.
So he comes walking in, and he's got chocolates and flowers.
Oh,
The
somebody's in the
smile,
doghouse.
the smile on his face, and he like shuts the door, and she's just not having it right now. He comes over, he sets the stuff down on the table. She just like glaring at him.
Aw.
Then she starts yelling, waving the finger around. He like sits down slowly, shoulders slumped forward, head down. He's got like that sad puppy look on his face.
Oh, she is giving him the what for.
You see him try to defend himself in conversation, but she's like, "Hell no, I'm not having it." Then he goes back to like cowing. Please don't hurt me. How long do you watch this?
I'm like secondhand embarrassed by this, so I'm just gonna cut the scrying.
You're like you come out of it. You're like, "Oh man, that dude is effed in the B."
Yeah, he is definitely sleeping on the couch tonight.
Oh. So which one is he that we
He's
saw?
he's the guy that wrote the number. I don't know why he wrote his girlfriend's number. I don't know what connection that has with anything, but Yeah, I don't know if he's the super. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's hiding it from her.
You know, the best thing is like it's so good having the knowledge from the other game about like why that is, because it's funny because like when I played their session yesterday, they're like, how did Friday get the number? How did they know? I'm like, well, there's something you guys have to put together. And now you guys are wondering what the significance of the girlfriend's phone number is. I find personally amusing myself. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Anyways. Well, I guess we can swing over tomorrow morning after they kind of cool down a bit, because I don't want to walk in on that.
Yeah, especially for walking in on a latent super. I've seen stuff go critical before.
So Brian, can we like of the group of people we saw on the crystal ball, can we tell which one he was? Or was he like wearing a mask and it's like not obvious?
No, he's not wearing a mask. He was the guy that was dressed well, dark haired, clean shaven. He wasn't the well. Who all do you remember from the vision of the other group? Is the question.
Well, what?
So who all do you remember from the other group? From the vision.
From the vision.
Or whatever, yeah, whatever you've seen of them. What, like, who all do you remember?
I don't know. Wasn't it just all of them that we saw in the vision specifically?
Yeah, I think you get a brief glimpse of all of them. Obviously, you don't know who they are by name.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't remember. Did you like describe them all, or?
I think I did. So there's, because I can't remember if the one guy was in his alternate form or not. I don't think he was. So the one guy you're seeing, you just saw just now. Well dressed, dark. I said well dressed, dark hair, clean shaven. There's another guy with like a nice beard, looks almost like a businessman kind of. Was there? Then you see that there's like a younger guy, kind of disheveled. And then there was another guy. I think he was in partially like some kind of like a ninja looking outfit.
Okay.
Like it looks kind of like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
But he's not Japanese.
Correct. He's not.
I mean, you couldn't tell if he's wearing a mask.
I think he had the mask off while he was
Okay.
conversing. I think. Yeah, I think. I can't remember that exact situation. Either he is in the ninja suit or he's not, or because he might have showered and changed.
Well, anyways, this will swing by tomorrow morning. Like
Yeah,
first thing,
sounds like a good idea.
if he's like a guy in a suit, he probably gets up early, for work.
Yeah, it's a good assumption.
So let's get there like, I don't know, 6. I don't know.
6 a.m. This dude is going to be sleeping on the floor, and you want to wake him up at 6 a.m.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we just get there and just teleport into his house his apartment right on top of him. Hi.
Yeah, just whoosh, there's a big old ball of fire. You're like, hey man, what's up? Ah!
So ends Mordecai.
Yeah. All right, so what are you guys gonna do for the rest of the night then?
I guess just putz around. My nerves are settled by now, so I'm just gonna kind of, I guess, just thumb through my books and look over and meditate.
Yeah, I don't want to really stay up for like more than an hour or so. If we want to get there early, and still get our full 8 hours.
And breakfast too, right?
Yeah.
Most important meal of the day. Yeah, watch the news in case something's going on.
Yeah.
So you guys watch the news for a little bit. You finish eating. You do your thing. You guys decide to hit the hay early. So you guys sleep. Not too great because you know that the world is supposed to come to an end here in less than 40 hours now. So that leaves for some very restless sleep. You guys awake in the morning, kind of not really refreshed, but not really tired. You're just kind of like, ugh. So what time do you guys go to wake up?
How far away is her apartment from my garage?
It's probably maybe like a 20-minute drive or so.
I guess to get up at like 5:30, slam down some breakfast, head over.
Okay. So you guys slam down some black coffee, toast, just to keep yourselves from being super hungry, and you guys decide to head that direction. Looks like Dax is writing something in the chat here.
Never mind.
No, okay.
I was just gonna type out "It's the End of the World as We Know It," that song, but I had to change my mind.
Well, it may be in like 30-something hours from now. All right, so you guys arrive on the street of where her apartment is.
Okay, I'm going to try not creepily peer in and see if I can observe them. Again, trying to be as not creepy as possible.
Well, I mean, like, so your scrying isn't evasive, right? People don't know you're there unless they have some kind of special vision or whatever.
Right, but me personally, Mordecai wouldn't.
Oh yeah,
He's too much of a good at two shoes to kind of, observe
because I
them.
mean, yeah, there could be some inappropriate for younger viewers things going. You don't know. You don't
Exactly.
want to witness that. Yeah, you don't want to witness that. All right, so you just kind of like peer in, like in through just the front door into like
Right.
the little living room area, and you see, it looks like somebody was sleeping on the couch. There was like a blanket and a pillow, but it's been ruffled around, but nobody's there in the living room. Nobody's there on the couch right now.
Okay, I ease my vision forward to see if I can see if anybody's home right now.
Well, so you look around in all the areas that are not behind closed doors. Nobody's in the kitchen. Nobody's in like the living area. Nobody's in the bathroom. It just leaves the bedroom.
Okay. That's where I stop, and we're just gonna walk upstairs and knock on the door.
Yeah, so you kind of pull back. You're like you're looking around. Everyone is like looking at you.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but my sensibilities do not allow me to invade any further.
Were they in the shower or something?
No. I peeked into the bathroom just a smidge. Didn't see anybody there, so the only room I didn't check was the bedroom. So
Why'd you check the bathroom, not the bedroom?
just keep my eyes on the floor and ease in.
Was the door just already open? And
Sure.
To the bathroom? Yeah.
all right, I guess let's go knock.
All right, so you go up to the building, and you go up to like the third floor where their apartment is or whatever, and you ring the doorbell.
You
All
know,
the guys
son,
are just like, "What?"
Amon could just see if they're there or not. He sees through walls.
He could, but would he be willing to peer into people's privacy like that?
That sounds like something he'd do.
For the sake of the story, Brian. For the sake of the story. So,
Kind of like
okay.
just makes sense for his character.
All right, so he'll activate his thing. He peers into the apartment. Then he turns it off. Then he says, "Only the girl is there. She's sleeping in the bedroom."
Huh. I mean, there's nothing scary about 4 dudes showing up at our front door at 6 in the morning, right?
I mean, this day and age, nah, man, nah, bruh. You guys are. I can just see you guys are just all kind of like standing outside of her door in like the hallway, having like a little team huddle. Do we ring? Do we knock? Like,
So Mordecai, she doesn't have any powers, right? You got that from your little talk with her?
She told me she wasn't a super. Whether or not that was the truth, I don't know.
Oh yeah, well, and that guy is the one we saw in the vision, anyways.
Right.
but she could have been lying to you.
It's possible she's lying to us, but I don't
Gotta
know.
play it.
Oh,
I had to. It just,
thank you, Brian.
I need an opportunity to break it out, man. Come on, don't judge me, man. Don't judge me.
I think we just really need the guy, right? He's the one in the vision. So Frostfang, if you want to like try to track him down with your scent, you could do that, right?
Yeah, if I have a scent to go off of, yeah.
Be right back. So Mordecai teleports in, sees if he can find. He grabs the blanket that was on the couch and teleports back out.
We won't knock. We won't ring the doorbell. We will not invade privacy. But we will teleport in and steal. I want this known.
We're borrowing.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was taking it forever. I was just
gonna put it back, right?
Right, exactly. I didn't invade her privacy. That's what matters.
Look, we're already like spying on them without a warrant, you know.
I legit. Okay. This is fantastic. All right, so you teleport in and you're like super stealthy. You sneak over and you grab the blanket. Do I play the Metal Gear Solid thing? I've got it. I mean this.
Yeah, for like the whole 4 seconds he's in there.
But I mean it's appropriate. All right, so you teleport in the door. You teleport into the door. You run over to the couch. Roll up the blanket. You teleport away. Oh, wrong thing.
What is happening right now?
Good.
Gold. That's what we call gold right there. That is a license to print money. I'm just saying. All right. You get the blanket. You come back out. You're like, woo-wee. You got this rolled up blanket. It looks like something Grandma might have made.
Oh, Grandma.
It's not important, but just so you can visualize the blanket, so it's not like something you bought at like
No,
Walmart or whatever.
he's gonna smell it, and then we're gonna wind up accidentally tracing his grandma.
This is even more weird. So now you guys are
Oh.
standing outside the apartment door.
Yeah.
You now have a blanket from
Right.
nowhere. One guy of the group Smells the blanket.
Right.
Good thing nobody's watching. I'm making sure that everybody, not just you, but everybody that watches this, can have a good visualization of what's going on.
Nothing wrong with just 4 dudes smelling a blanket.
That they stole by teleporting in someone's apartment. You know?
We're borrowing. I'm gonna put it right back.
Borrowing. Are you gonna put it right back?
Yeah, I'm gonna bamf back in and just put it back and bamf right back out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
now they know the scent.
All right, Frostfang. So you get a big whiff. It's the scent of, like a decent cologne and a man's scent.
Man flesh.
So you've got the scent, and you hand the blanket back to Mordecai. And Mordecai, you turn and you face the door. Teleport to the other side, and you ruffle out the blanket to make it look kind of like what it was, so it doesn't look like you disturbed anything. And then you bamf away.
Yep.
You're like, all right. So you got the set now.
Well, time to just follow wherever this takes me.
All right, so you follow it downstairs, back out to the street. It's relatively fresh too. The scent you're following, it doesn't look like he's been gone for long. It's just kind of like walking down. It's going down the sidewalk, like he was just like on a stroll or whatever, going further downtown. Oh, wait.
Oh, keep on going then.
Making our way downtown, walking fast.
I do not have that song queued, unfortunately, but Metal Gear Solid though, I got it. All right, so you follow it for probably, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes or so. It's just kind of like wandering. It's like this guy is just kind of like maybe some of you have had this before, where you just you just need to clear your head. He's just kind of like meandering around to do whatever. You get that kind of sense. There's no real like specific direction that he's going. He's just kind of like walking. Wanders down. There's like a park. He takes a loop around the park. Then you look around in the park. He's not in the park. You follow it around. It goes down into downtown. It goes into like a coffee shop. You look around in the coffee shop. Yes, the four of you guys come in. The girl behind the counter is like, "Good morning. How are you?"
Hi.
You guys here for some coffee? Maybe a latte?
Hey Vincent, does the scent lead out of here?
Yes, it does.
I'll take a latte. On the way out, though.
She's like, okay. So did they, the barista starts working up, doing his stuff. Makes up a latte. $6.75, please.
I just kind of bought my smartwatch up against the thing.
Boop. You're like, chai latte, delicious. So then you guys go back out and you just continue following the trail. It just kind of goes and goes. You guys follow it for a couple of hours.
Watch this idiot just like circle back to his own house.
Like, even after a couple of hours, he hasn't gone back. He hasn't gone back home yet.
What the heck is this guy doing?
So it's going on probably like 8:30 in the morning or whatever. You guys are like downtown now, busy. People running around, going to work, all this kind of stuff.
Well, if we don't find him soon, then this is just kind of winding up being a waste of time. What do you guys think?
Well, I guess I can just talk to the girl again.
Or we saw in the vision it was a Japanese restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the general area that it's in, so we could
Mhm.
just go there and look for a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah, good. It's relatively, the area is relatively close to where you're at.
Relatively what?
Yeah, like the area, like where that restaurant is relatively close to where you guys are at. You could stay on foot, but then you'd have to, or if not, you'd have to go all the way back, get your vehicle.
You like kept cutting out after relative.
Let me look at my connection here. Oh, green. All right, so the location is relatively close to where you're at. Like the location of that restaurant you're looking for. Did that go through? Are you copying me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
Right. So you guys just want to head over?
Might as well.
All right, let's go.
Amon's like, my feet. He's like, how much further?
Come on. Exercise is good for you.
He's like, if you say so.
You want me to carry you the rest of the way?
He's like, oh no, that'd be weird. Why would I want that?
Come on. Let's get going.
All right, guys. So you guys probably wander around for about 20 minutes or so. You come across a Japanese restaurant. I don't. The name hasn't been come up with, but you can just about imagine it's got dragon on the sign out front and all the little stuff around the windows, and it's got like specials written on the glass. You know how they write it with written on the glass.
Yeah.
So you go in. It's about 9:30 now ish. Sure, that Kyoto Ichiban. Sure, sounds good. So you go in. It's surprisingly open. People want stuff early in the morning. Plus they do breakfast egg rolls. Yes.
You smell them and sit.
You can smell like his scent has been here, but it's been a while. This the linger. He hasn't been here recently. A woman, a Japanese lady, comes out of the back with a cane. She's like, "Oh, good morning." She comes over. Table for 4.
Yeah, sure. Yes, please.
She grabs some menus, some smaller menus, right? The breakfast menu. I don't know how canon this is or whatever, right? Lets you seat you down at a table. Change you some menus. What are we having to drink today, gentlemen?
So I am going to have some egg and rice, please. Make the yolk over
It's a
easy
drink.
and sorry, I heard eat and drink. I'll go with some matcha, please.
She pulls out of her apron. She pulls out a notepad. Okay, and for you? Looks at the next person in line. She'll take all your drink orders. She's like, okay, boys, hang tight. She gets her cane, goes back to the back. You guys are just kind of sitting there now.
All right,
There's there's one table's got a couple of old guys over there reading a paper, talking about BS, and you're assuming in Japanese.
all right, I'm on. What's behind these walls? See anything anywhere? Upstairs, downstairs?
He's like, "Root." He activates his eye. He looks at the kitchen. He says there's 4 people back there. The lady that helped us, 2 cooks, and someone cleaning and doing dishes. He's looking around. Looks like upstairs is like a living area. It's like there's like an apartment above the above this place. It looks like he assumes it's probably where she lives. Because he can see like details and stuff, pictures of her and stuff like that up there. Then he's like looking down and around. He can see into like the like the cellar or whatever. There's like a storage underground where they store product and stuff, and there's freezers and stuff down there as well. Looking around. Then he sees there's he kind of like squints for a moment. He's like, then he says that there's an area way down in the basement that he can't see into for some reason.
Well, like he could tell there's something there that he can't see through.
Yeah, it's like some kind of like energy field. It's like dark.
Mordecai, do you know what that could be?
Could be some form of warding. My master showed me a spell. I can't remember exactly how to perform it, but it wards off external viewing. It's actually one of the spells that's weaved into my sanctum.
Well, looks like we found our place. So what was the girl's name before? The one we
The one you talked to?
Yeah. I looked her up.
Her name is Natalie.
Natalie. Alright. We'll just ask for Natalie's boyfriend when the waitress comes back. See if that gets us anything.
Alright, so she comes back with her cane and a tray of drinks, and she sets the drinks down and leans the cane against the table, and she starts setting out, all the stuff on the table.
Mordecai leans in, and he has a, he doesn't speak Japanese, but he knows a little bit. So, sumimasen, Oba-san. Do you perhaps know if Natalie's boyfriend is here?
She stops. She sets down the cup she had in her hand. She closes her hand in front of you, or in front of her. She looks at all of you. She smiles. You see then like the 2 guys that are sitting at the table over there that were talking amongst themselves, they get up and they leave. They just stand up, they take their papers, tuck them under their arms, put their hats on, and they go out the door. They shut the door.
Oh,
She's like,
certainly knows how to clear a room.
She's like, and what interest would you have in that?
I didn't catch that.
She asks, what interest do you have in something like that?
Received a vision. I assume that we're in good company to reveal such things.
She's like, and may I ask who you all are?
Forgive me, it's quite rude to ask such a favor of someone without first giving your name. My name is Mordecai.
I'm Connor.
My friend here with the eye tattoo is Amon.
My name is Vincent.
And together we're...
I don't think you guys have a group name.
We never came up with a name, guys.
Together we are a group of people who are special.
She smiles real big, makes her eyes kind of go squinty. She goes back to serving the drinks. She just takes the tray, puts it on her arm, grabs her cane. One moment. She wanders off back to the kitchen. You guys are kind of set there alone with your drinks. It smells good.
I'm sipping at my green tea.
Oh, it's amazing stuff, too. It is the best green tea that you've had.
I wouldn't drink anything just yet.
You're like, yeah, you're all worried. You're like, is it poison? Mm-hmm. She comes back a few moments later with no tray. She has her apron taken off. She pulls a chair over and she sits down, leans her cane against the table. She's like, I figured you all would show up sooner or later. I didn't know who you were, but I knew of your existence.
Is this sooner or later?
This is about right. This is about when I figured you all would show up.
Good, right on time. So, what's the deal? What did Rash tell you?
It's like, well, she's like, well, he didn't tell me anything. He told my student and his friends a variety of information. But I'm assuming what he told you is the same as he told them about the world ending. And she looks at her watch. And what about 38 hours or so?
Yep.
Yes, that's correct.
But he also specifically mentioned that he gave you guys a bunch of hints that he's purposely not giving us. He wanted us finding you guys to be part of his challenge.
She chuckles. She's like, oh, yes. Ever the manipulator. That is his game. But unfortunately, I don't know all the details that was given. I didn't want to know. Because it is not my purpose to know.
Right. That would be cheating.
Well, she's like, well, I'm not exactly in a position really to do anything about it, as she grabs her cane and taps it on the floor. She's like, so what purpose does it serve to know the details? All I know is that I have faith in my student and his friends.
You mentioned the student again. Is it mystic arts like mine, or is it more subtle like ninjutsu?
She's like, oh, if you know mystic arts, you know what it is. It's a mixture of both. It comes from the, I'm able to control energy from the shadow realm. The shadow realm is where kind of like the dark dimension.
Right.
Kind of thing, where there's, but this energy isn't necessarily bad, it isn't necessarily good.
Right.
It's just
demonstrates the yin to the yang.
Yeah.
I understand. Such things are common in mystic arts. We use different language to describe the same phenomenon. I understand.
So yes, so my student came to me years ago, and I taught him what I knew. He's been fighting the fight for several years, so to speak. Now you've heard things like in the news, like before all of this happened, about some some people that are going around, saving cats out of trees and muggers and small time crime, doing that because helping stop that kind of stuff. Nothing really major like this, but you've heard tales of people. He's probably one of these individuals you've heard about.
Well, I'm sure he's lucky to have such a venerable master. But it's imperative that we meet with him. Do you perhaps know a place we can meet with him, or?
She's like, I do. You all will meet here. But that time is not now, unfortunately. My student and his friends worked late into the night. I believe they've had a breakthrough. But they are increasingly tired, so they are resting, as they should. They will need their strength, and you will need yours for the fight to come.
Indeed, it is both good and bad news, but please continue.
She's like, I don't, there's only, let's see, who all is here? I'm thinking, one, no, he's not. He's not. Like I said, I'm trying to keep continuity straight here between the two games. So I think there's only I want to say there's only the one of them here. Actually, she says my student is in his, she calls it lair. She does air quotes as she kind of smirks about the name. The others have all gone home, but they will be back later.
Indeed.
Well, later when? You guys have like a meeting time, or?
Well, I guess whenever they decide to get up and around. I would say they all understand the importance of time in such a matter.
Yes, time is, as they say, of the essence.
Would you all like something to eat? You look hungry.
Yes, I would love some omurice.
She's like, oh, we also, she grabs her cake, we also do have these very Americanized breakfast egg rolls. It's like a mini breakfast burrito, but deep fried. As she takes her cane and she goes off into the kitchen. She's gone for like 20 minutes or so. She brings you some of what you wanted. She brings you some of these breakfast egg rolls. Yeah, they're like little mini burritos, but they're all deep fried, like an egg roll.
Interesting. So umami breakfast. I like it.
And they're delicious. Delicious. So you guys eat, but unfortunately she doesn't really have any more information for you.
Well then, we thank you for your time. I suppose we'll be on our way.
You have a pen and a piece of paper.
She reaches in her pocket and gets out a notepad and a pen. Hands it to you.
I'm gonna write down my number. I'm gonna hand it her and say, when they get back, here's our phone number.
She takes it. She's like, I will pass the word along.
Thank you.
She's like, and the meal is on the house. Because it may be the last one. She chuckles as she begins cleaning up the dishes.
I'm gonna take out my wallet, and as we're leaving, I'm gonna leave the money on the table, and I want to say, it's not going to be.
She smiles at you warmly, like a mother would to her favorite son. You feel emboldened by this gesture. She takes the money and sticks it in her pocket. So you guys go outside. You're like, oh, belly's full. And then, like, as you guys kind of begin walking down the street, you see like the two Japanese guys were kind of just waiting across the street on a bench. They go back into the restaurant.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, maybe not.
All right, guys. Now what do you want to do?
Well, we can either get back to your place and crash there till we can open my sanctum, or I don't know.
Could go open the sanctum now as well.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
Mm.
Do you think we should all be there for when you open your sanctum?
It might be helpful in case I need backup.
Right. Hmm.
Or human sacrifice. Nah, I'm kidding, guys.
He's like, JK. Everybody's kind of looking at each other like, is he really?
That's a good one. Hmm. How far away is the sanctum from my garage?
Oh, from the garage? Maybe like 15 minutes or so.
Hmm. And is that like speed limit, or if I floored it?
Speed limit, driving casually.
Um. Hmm. I don't know. I think it's best if you guys open the sanctum without me. I want to go back to the garage. I want to start building something to counter Rash.
Very well. I'll go my separate ways then.
All right. I'll call you guys if the other group calls me.
Right.
All right. Good luck.
You guys
Thank
all
you.
nod to each other. And you're like, all right, move out. All right, so Ed will do you. So you go back to the garage. What exactly are you going to make?
Hmm. It's a good question. I'm like looking for my my PDF of the book. Because like when I figure out like the power level and stuff for like the effect I'm going for, you know, and like figuring out all the time and stuff.
Do you want to look at that? I'll come back to you.
Yeah, come back to me.
Okay. All right, so you guys decide to walk to the sanctum. So from where you're at, it's going to take you about 30 minutes of walking to get there.
Okay.
So you guys go on your way. Frostfang, you can still kind of smell his scent in and around like the local area, but it's starting to fade out. Like it's been a while since he's been around here. But as you get closer to the sanctum, yeah, you completely lose the scent. He hasn't gone down that way, so you don't even know like where he went. In game terms, the guy's just wandering around because he had a fight with his girlfriend. He doesn't know what to do, so he's kind of lost in himself and the things that are happening within the next 38 hours. It's a lot for him. He's trying to just sort shit out. So you arrive within a block or so of the sanctum, and then you go down the street and you kind of turn the corner and you can see it down there, the store with the living space above. You maybe you kind of expected it to be under like lock and key with SPD guys everywhere, but you don't see any like. There's nobody outside guarding it. There's no like crime scene stuff, like none of that. It looks just like it normally does.
Okay. I'm gonna extend my vision out and see if I see anything, even remotely.
Yeah, so you go up and above and you look around and all around it and all this other stuff. You don't see anything weird.
Strange. Frostfang, Vincent, sorry. Is it standard procedure to leave something like this just hanging out?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Good job. Yeah. Normally not. Normally, if something was of something importance like that, they would have somebody stationed around or some kind of surveillance on it.
Interesting. Well, I guess let's be on our toes.
So what do you do?
I'm gonna approach.
Okay, so you guys just kind of go walking down the street, and you're like right in front of the building, and it's not like and like the seal is not like a big ward where you like walk into it like a wall, like a dunk, and bang your head. It's just like when people get close and try to enter in the building, they get this feeling that I really don't want to go in here right now. So people will just turn around and leave.
Okay.
So you're like the enchantments. You're kind of used to such enchantments, so you don't really get that feeling. But Amon and Frostfang, you guys get there. You're standing in front. And you're like, we don't need to go in here, do we? And you know that the ward itself is affecting them, like it should. So it's working.
My friends, take a step back. And I can feel that the air is still charged with the mystic energy, and it's affecting your judgment.
They're like, we don't feel anything, man. This is like some musty old store. We don't need to go in there. So they like kind of step away. So you guys kind of go down maybe like 20, 30 feet or whatever. Then that feeling kind of goes away. You're like, all right, cool. But then you kind of realize, like, what are we doing down here? Kind of thing. You're like, oh, whatever. you know? All right, so Mordecai, you're standing in front of the door.
I guess I pull out the book and open it to the appropriate page, and my right hand starts to glow as I etch out the cuneiform into the air, and you can see the air rippling around me as I start to put more and more energy into it, trying to weave this spell that's a little bit more powerful than I'm used to, but finally getting an understanding of it.
Yeah, it takes several minutes to go through all the lines and phrases and all the text and everything like that. But eventually, you end up countering the spell, like turning it off. You feel kind of like, oh, that's like a lot of like mystic exertion. You feel kind of tired right now, so you gain make you exhausted, or level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So Amon, Vincent, you guys come roaming up there. You no longer get the feeling that you don't want to go inside anymore. You're like, all right, cool, it's open. Yeah, let's do it. So you go in. Bring, the little bell rings. The musty smell of old books, just like you remember. You shut the door. You lock it. And it kind of creaks, like an old house kind of creaks, almost like it's answering you. Or it could just be old. You don't know.
No, I can tell. She missed me.
It's a sentient house. New lore every day. All right. So then now you go upstairs and go into the sanctum itself. Just like you left it. Nothing's out of place.
Good to see that spell works. I immediately pull out the book and start putting the books back to the shelf where they belong.
You just like putting them back gently, carefully. The crystal ball, putting it back on its slightly dust rung. There's like a ring of dust, or like where there's like dust and there's like a circle where it sat. Place it directly back into its place it was missing from.
All right, I've got my hands back on my tools. Let's get to work, guys.
Meanwhile, all right, Ed, what'd you come up with?
So, like, if I made it like nullify speed, right? Would that work, or would I need to know like specifically like how his power works? Like know the source, like speed force, or like.
So I mean, like you could create something that can nullify like the speed power.
Yeah.
But you don't understand you don't understand how his power works at all. You know that he just moves fast. You don't know how it works though. But you're a smart man. You begin to go through varying ways of how it could be done. Is it just that he's fast? like faster than you are? Like, does he just run fast? Is he able to control space time? Like, does he like either speed up time for himself, or does time slow for everyone around him as he moves at a regular run speed? You don't know. Could be a combination of both.
Hmm. Uh. Hmm. Maybe I can make some sort of like spatial anchor. Like something that works no matter how his power works. Either way, it kind of keeps him locked in a relative position to everything else, or at least tries to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That sounds complicated.
Right. I don't know. So like, how much more time do you think we got in a session? Because I could do like all the PowerPoint calculating bits, like, after we end.
I mean, we're probably gonna play for maybe like another 10 minutes, and I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah. So like, I'll just do that afterwards.
So I guess so. If you want to roll your technology bit,
Well, I was actually gonna keep it under the check so I could do it as a routine action. Because like otherwise the my quickness powers wouldn't like work. So like I was gonna use my quick thinking to cut down the time on doing the planning phase, and then the quickness for my production line to cut down the time on the building phase. But to do that, like quickness, you can only do with routine checks. Yeah.
I'm just trying to decide: is this something that can be done at any level of routine?
Well, like the book also like explicitly says you could do inventing as routine checks.
Yeah, I'll let it go. I'm just making a spatial anchor. I have no idea how that would work.
I know.
Science fiction.
You'd be able to create an event horizon that would cause the gravitational pull to, you could basically just create an event horizon that the space-time gravity just yeah, okay.
I'll like watch a whole bunch of like minute physics videos.
Okay,
come up with
so
good
next time next time you'll explain it to me.
Yeah, next time I'll bullshit it really well.
All right, because I like good bullshit. Like bad bullshit, nah, I smell that a mile away. I want good bullshit. Okay. All right, so yeah, so you'll be working on that. Like you're just like you sit at the desk, and you're like, time is of the essence here. Like you got to get going. You put all your focus into it, and you're getting paper out. You're drawing. You're taking notes. You're using the computer. You're looking stuff up. You're just like you're racking your brain on it. Like, what am I gonna do? Like you get an idea. You're like, nah, that's crap. So you're gonna be working on that for a little bit. All right, so back in the sanctum then, right? So you get all the stuff put back together, like all the books put away. You get the crystal ball back. What are you guys doing? You better lighting in here.
Well, I kind of came along just as like the bodyguard of sorts in case there was trouble here. So whatever Mordecai's got to do, I'm just kind of hanging out, making sure everything goes smoothly.
Okay. I guess what I'll be doing is seeing if I know, researching anything about time-related powers in the mystic. In the mystic sources or anything like that. Not time, speed-related powers in the mystic forces.
Okay.
Seeing if I can come up with a source of his power.
Do you have investigation?
Hold on. I accidentally closed my sheet. Hold on.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, yeah, you got tons of investigation. You got 13.
Sure do.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and roll it? 23. Before I tell you, would you like a reroll or no? Because you do have a hero point. I'm not saying you need it. I'm not saying this to be like I'm just.
Nah,
This could be.
You might as
Okay.
well, or not. I don't know.
Like I said, I'm not. I just this could be something pretty vital. I want to make sure
Exactly.
you're happy with your roll before I tell you.
Yeah, I'll just go with that.
I mean, if
Okay.
you like rolled a 10 or less, you might as well do it, because then it can only go up.
Because I mean, he rolled a. What did you roll, base? 10.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you find several mentions in varying texts about speed-related powers that they know of, and so, a couple of them mention the ways that I said, right, that he moves really fast, like he can just run really fast, right, and then he's going to have some other kind of power that's going to displace like air and friction around himself. So first of all, he doesn't burn off all of his clothes, and then he doesn't like set the world on fire, running so fast and causing so much friction. That's why, like, you think of maybe, okay, when he runs, there's some of the fire that kind of comes off. That's that stuff being deflected off of him when he runs that fast. The other option is that he can control like time, like space time, where he can like slow time down for everyone around him, and he moves at normal speed, or so he speeds up time for himself, but then maybe being immune to the effects of increased time.
He also
Okay.
can't run fast if he can't move his legs, so maybe we should just break his spine.
That's not necessarily the case. If he's able to manipulate space-time with just his mind,
Yeah.
he would be able to create space-time bubbles.
Yeah, that wasn't like a serious suggestion.
I mean, we could just outright kill him, but
Yeah, we could.
Maybe make a device that allows you to move just as fast. Maybe we can have a speedster battle. Da-da-da.
but it just negates the effects of space-time manipulation, so we have level playing field.
Maybe we don't know, because you're not quite sure. You can't pin it down exactly how it works, and it could be a variety of other combinations of abilities too.
I mean, I can make a device worth up to 18 power points, so we got like wiggle room there.
Okay.
Anyways,
All right. So as you in the sanctum, as you guys are kind of roaming around, so Frostfang, you're just kind of like sitting there at the desk. You're like, man, all these bookworms, this is boring. You're sitting there at the desk with the crystal ball, and you see that it starts to shimmer and swirl and do its thing, and you're like, you lean over to it, and you're like, huh? You see a vision of the other group. They're all hanging out together at that Japanese restaurant you guys were just at. Is he gone? Am I muted?
I heard you.
Oh, okay. The others don't seem to notice what you're looking at.
Oh, were you talking to me or
Yeah,
Dad?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was talking to you.
I thought you meant Mordecai was seeing that.
So, sorry, I thought I thought I stated clearly. Maybe I had an audio issue, but yeah. So you're the one sitting at the desk, right? Because you're kind of like they're doing their thing. You're just kind of bored. So you just kind of sat at the desk, and there's the crystal ball that's there on the corner there, and you happen to look over it, and it's doing its thing. And you look at it, and that's what you saw.
Where's Mordecai at during this thing?
Like, well, he's kind of like walking around like in circles, like with a book, reading it, talking to himself in a language you don't understand. That's how I see it. Is you kind of you're getting books and you're looking through
Right,
stuff
I'm
and you're
like
like
just
thinking to yourself, yeah, deep in thought.
right, just spouting off. Oh, and I'm saying like in Babylonian something about some random text, and I go running over to grab that textbook and just throw it down.
Yeah, like books are flying through the air as he's pulling them to himself. Amon, he's kind of sitting over there at another desk. He's just kind of thumbing through one of the books that Mordecai gave him about, entry level magic 101.
Magic
guess
for
what?
Noobs, Idiot's Guide.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. The basic guide to getting into magic, and he's just like all absorbed because he's like super excited.
Super excited.
Super. You're just like, whoa, yeah, this is cool. He's letting me read it. What's going on, man?
Oh, I had a pretty crazy night, man. Yeah.
It's wild and crazy, man. Kids these days, right? Kids these days. What do you do?
Yeah, man. Like I drink a juice made of flowers, man. It's like, what the heck?
Drink a juice made of flowers. That sounds trippy. But as long as you have fun.
Yeah, luckily it was more detox than trippy, but yeah. Don't stop being crazy.
Okay. I mean, you don't want to say it was trippy. That's okay. I understand, man. You gotta keep things close to the chest. But anyway,
it wasn't trippy. I was at church.
hey, I'm not judging nobody, man. I'm not judging nobody. So, but yeah, you didn't miss a whole lot. There's kind of some revelations going on. They're kind of like killing time until they're able to contact the other group because they made a revelation. You guys are kind of like working on trying to figure out how Rash is using his powers to try to because you guys are gonna have to fight him. You know that. You know it's coming. He's super strong. He's super experienced. A straight up fight. You know you guys are not gonna win. You guys are trying to figure out how to beat him, how to trick him or whatever. And then Punch Drunk is off at his lab, his garage.
Yeah.
Lab garage, whatever you want to call it now.
Yeah.
He's working on creating a device that's going to help. But then, so Frostfang, yeah, you see what's going on in the crystal ball. And you do find that there's like a reference to time in the crystal ball. Because there's like a clock on the wall as you can kind of see. It's that same clock that was on the wall there in the restaurant that you guys happen to notice that I didn't point out. I should have. Chekhov's gun. Right there, right? It's important later. But yeah, and you see that the time now is about what time it is right now. So you're assuming the crystal ball is telling you that they're all together now at the restaurant.
Well, definitely the first thing I'm going to do is, call Mordecai over, let him know I think he needs to see this more than I do.
So
Mordecai, yeah,
Mordecai
you
looks over and he kind of shakes, says mumbles something in Babylonian under his breath, and then actually properly looks at Vincent. Yeah, what is it?
I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing here?
He looks down where he's pointing.
Look at the clock.
What? He looks at his watch. That's now, isn't it?
Just about.
So what you see actually is like they're all sitting at a table, right? And you see Natalie is there, the one girl that you were talking to or tried to call the other day, and you snuck in and stole the blanket out of their apartment. She's sitting next to her boyfriend. You don't know his name. He looks all disheveled. It looks like he slept on the couch or the floor, then got up early, which he did. And you see the others are all sitting there. And then you see there's another woman sitting there, blonde woman sitting next to the guy that's in like a nicer dress with the beard. They seem to be a couple, as you can tell by their body language.
Well then, I guess we need to get over their stat.
Actually, what I want to do, I'm going to do a little narration with you guys because how I did it at the end of theirs. I want to keep the continuity the same, right? So Mordecai, what you do, you get your phone out, okay, and you call the number. You just call it. You don't Skype it. You just call the number that you had, right? That you got out of the vision, right? It's going to go to that Natalie girl.
Okay.
And you can see in the crystal ball as well, like it looks like it's running like concurrently with your timeline right now. So you put it to you guys are all kind of just standing around now looking at it. This is like fantastic, like television but mystical. You got it to your ear, and you see like everybody kind of stops and looks around. And then you see everybody pulls out their phone. Natalie pulls out hers, and she answers it, and she's like, "Hello." And so, and then you introduce yourself. So you're like, "Hello, yeah, this is Mordecai." We tried to speak the other day. It didn't go so well, but we spoke again. And I don't know how you would describe it with your psychic ability to be able to speak. How would you articulate that? I'll let you go over that part.
We spoke through the ether.
So she's got like a weird look in her face. She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah. What do you want?" So what you do? So you see that there's other people in the restaurant now, right? And you got some important stuff you want to say. So you ask her to ask the group to go find somewhere quiet. So you see her. She looks at everyone. You can hear on the phone. She's like, "Hey, you guys, I got somebody on the phone that wants to talk. We need to go somewhere else." So you see one guy stand up. That's kind of dressed casually, dark haired. Not the younger guy, not the guy with the beard, not the disheveled guy. You think, okay, this must be that one Japanese lady there at the restaurant. Must be her student. You can tell kind of like how he stands, or you're just putting two and two together.
Yeah, the ninja's missing.
Yeah, the ninja's missing. You're like, that's gotta be him. So they all go like into the back of the kitchen or whatever where there's nobody there, and she puts you on speakerphone, and she like holds out the phone, and you're like, "Hello everyone, my name is Mordecai, and we need to talk." And that's where it ends for the day, because that's where I ended yesterday. So now everybody's at the same point in the same timeline now.
Right.
All right, so then PowerPoint wise, how many of you guys are at? You guys are at 120, right?
Yeah, 120.
Just okay. So I'll give you another. I'm gonna give you another 5. So you're 125.
Wait, how many?
Another 5 points. So you guys, you should be now have a total of 125 points. So you're power level 8. So Loki's, I don't know, you might have missed a couple times. So put yourself up to 120 points, power level 8. Spend all of it that you want up to 120, right? The other 5 you can't spend yet until I increase the power level again.
Okay.
All right, gamers. So I hope you enjoyed that session. So like I said, we are winding down to the end here. Things are going to be wrapping up here pretty soon. Only several more episodes left for this group, along with Thursdays as well. Hope you're enjoying it so far. I hope you're going to enjoy the end of it, which is going to be coming pretty soon, like I said. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, help get that stuff out there. If you got any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you on what you think. Maybe some ideas of maybe something that maybe you would have done differently so far with a storyline. We can just have a great conversation about it. But with that being said, until I see you again in the dungeon, I'm Brian, your Game Master, and happy gaming.